I've gotten a ton of questions from you guys all about my exercises that I've been doing during my pregnancy because I've been posting a lot about them on Instagram stories. So today I wanted to introduce my trainer Ray, and we are going to be taking you through pregnancy safe workouts that you can do at home. So take it away, Ray.
Hi, I'm Ray Reichlin. Like Monique said, I've been training her through her pregnancy. I also trained her before she got pregnant. I am pre and postnatal certified, and I'm also the owner and founder of Ladies Who Lift. I'm excited to show you guys what we've been doing and some things that you guys can do at home or in your own gyms.
Let's do it.
We are going to show you 5 upper body movements that are perfectly pregnancy safe. The upper body is really important to train during your pregnancy because as your front side grows, your shoulders are going to want to internally rotate, your lower back is going to want to hyperextend, and it's really important that we try to keep you in proper alignment. What's really going to motivate that is a lot of pulling movements. So we're going to be emphasizing a lot of pulling and rowing movements for your upper back specifically. That doesn't mean that you should forego doing pushing or pressing movements, but you really want to work on doubling up on these pulls. So we are going to show you 5 upper body movements that you can do throughout your pregnancy and some ways that you can modify them depending on your abilities or what trimester you're currently in. Here we're going to do a band pull apart. Band pull apart is pretty much going to be good from day 1 to final day. Monique is going to take this band just slightly outside of her shoulders. She's going to make her shoulder blades lock back and down, and she's going to make sure her ribs are in neutral, so thinking about ribs to hips, and she's going to make sure her pelvis is neutral, so tucking her tailbone under a little bit. She's going to lock out her arms so her triceps are working, keep her wrists nice and long, and she's going to pull that band back towards her chest. If it feels really tight, you can loosen up your grip, make that a little bit wider, and she's going to keep that good alignment as she goes, really strengthening her upper back here. Exhaling as she pulls that out, always concentrating on her breathing as well. If you tend to shift out of that alignment, just take a second when your arms are back to again pull your ribs back in, tuck your pelvis under. Good breathing, Monique. Always checking in on your wrists too, that they're not going broken, they're staying nice and long. Okay, so this is going to be our split stance row. Split stance row is really good because here we're going to have her in more of a unilateral stance here. So one leg back, one leg forward is going to promote a little bit more balance, which is also going to be really important during pregnancy. Always she's going to keep her shoulders down away from her ears and locked back a little bit. Her ribs are in neutral, pelvis is in neutral, and let's make sure this back glute is working for you too to help keep you stable. Now pulling this shoulder blade back, she's going to drive her elbow back, give me a nice good row, exhaling as she pulls, and then straighten her arm all the way back out. Good, exhale and pull. Good, and straighten that back out. Will you show them what a bad one would be like? So internally rotate the shoulder as you go. Yeah, and now row. Yeah, so keeping that shoulder internally rotated is going to really bother that. So you want to make sure you keep that locked back so we're really getting in to that lat, strengthening your upper back just like we need to keep your posture beautiful.
And Ray always tells me not to jerk.
Yes, you don't want to pull it. Give me that control. Okay, so this is our bent over row, and this is a really easy one to manipulate depending on your needs for your trimester or your comfortability in this movement. So without any assistance, maybe when your belly's a little bit smaller, you're gonna bring your hips back into a hinge position, support yourself with your glutes, with your knees, and then she's gonna lock back her shoulders. Our hips are in neutral and your pelvis is in neutral, and just like we did before, we're gonna drive that elbow back. Good, keeping our shoulder blade back. We're gonna give it a small squeeze at the top. Good, every time she pulls back, she's gonna be exhaling. So we have that support of your core all the way through. Good, so if you're a little further along, being that far down with your belly might not feel so comfortable. It might bring a little bit too much pressure onto your abdominals. So in that case, you wanna have something that can sort of prop your chest up. So Monique's gonna support herself with her outside arm, and this way her chest is a little bit more upright, there's a little bit more support for her belly, and then she's gonna do that same movement. Always inhaling as her preparation, and then exhaling as she rows that back. Now we're gonna go into a split stance tricep extension. And I just wanna mention that we're using a 20-pound dumbbell here. We do plenty of work with heavier dumbbells. There's no reason that you have to use a dumbbell quite so heavy, but if you are comfortable doing it, I do recommend trying to stay really strong like Monique is. So she's going to come in back into that split stance position, one leg forward, one leg back to give her a little bit of extra balance here. Good, she's gonna bring that dumbbell back over her head, ribs in, pelvis in. She's gonna inhale and then exhale and drive her elbows straight. Good. Inhale, and then drive those elbows straight. So again, you can see how this is gonna test your core stability as well as your shoulders to stay nice and stable and nice and strong. Okay, so this move is a little bit more advanced. Like I had said before, being in a front-loaded position like a plank or a push-up might bring too much pressure into your abdominal area. Monique hasn't really been experiencing this too much, so this is still a movement that is comfortable and good for her and might be good for you. So Monique is going to scoot her knees back a little bit more and make sure that her shoulders and her hips and her knees are in one straight line. She's gonna tuck her hips a little bit more, yes. And then she's going to give me a push-up. Good, she's gonna step her feet up into a plank and then she's gonna hit a row on both sides for me. Good, make sure those feet stay down. Back down to her knees for that push-up, tuck your glutes. Good, back to that push-up. So every time she rows up, she's trying to resist the urge to lift your hip with it. So trying to keep her hips nice and stable. So this is a more advanced movement. If this isn't something that you had ever done when you're not pregnant, maybe it's not gonna be a part of your programming. It's hard while you are pregnant. But like I said, I have trained Monique for years, since before she was pregnant, so I know that this is something that she's up for. Maybe in a couple weeks, not so much, but right now, we are still gonna give her this good hard work that is perfectly safe.
Thank you guys for tuning in and watching these pregnancy-safe movements. I am gonna have Ray jump in for any of your questions that you wanna leave below in the comments. And then also, please feel free to refer to our Q&A all about workouts you can do during pregnancy on IGTV. We will see you guys later.